Oh man, this is such a step down from Pom Pom. I really can't believe this. I went into this wanting to love it. I expected that I was going to because it's Ariel Pink. I mean, his past three releases I've loved. Before Today, mature themes, and then Pom Pom. Pom Pom was like the icing on the cake. Like that was like the one, I think. That was where he completely like came into his own and like honed in this sound that was completely unique. It was catchy, it was sweet, it was melodic, it was poppy, but at the same time it still had his older lo-fi roots that he's always played with, but it wasn't like soaked in reverb, which I appreciated more because I thought that he was doing the sound really well. And with this new release dedicated to Bobby Jameson, he's gone back to those lo-fi roots, but the that like sweetness, that charm is just gone for me. It's just like sucked away. Like there's too much reverb. His vocals are barely audible at any point. There's no catchy melodies. I'm just kind of like weirded out by some of the things that are going on. And he's been weirder than this before, and I've kind of accepted it and thought it was pretty cool. But this time around, it just grated on my ears. Like it. Argh. There's some terrible songs in this album, honestly. Like I just could never see myself returning to. I was just so disappointed with some of the tracks, the way they turned out here. Namely, Time to Live. With that guitar, I mean, it just sounded so badly recorded. Oh, even if you're going for a lo-fi sound and you're trying to be experimental, when it turns out like this, there's no redeeming qualities because it just sounds so bad. Another Weekend was like a 60s throwaway cut, honestly, that I don't see myself ever wanting to return to. He's done 60s sounding music before, as I've said, like he has done these styles before. Just this time it's wore off really easily. I don't know, I just don't think it's been executed as well as he could have done. Time to Meet Your God is basically like the pinnacle of an Ariel Pink song. That was like a classic Ariel Pink jam to me. It was just a good way to introduce the album. I do think that that was like the perfect way. For anyone that's a fan of Ariel Pink, you can't not like that track because it's just got its weird eccentricities that he's always done before. And then the track that followed, Feels Like Heaven, was honestly probably the most melodic song on the album. It honestly reminded me a bit of Stone Roses, like the early Stone Roses work, which was kind of strange, but it did give me that kind of feel. It was a bit shoegazy. I did really like this track. But then there's tracks like Bubblegum Dreams, which just feel a bit corny to me. I mean, it honestly just sounded like a Beach Boys song. Bubblegum Dreams. It just didn't work well for me. I don't know. It's not terrible, but I just was a bit. Oh. The Acting was a track that featured Dame Funk, who is quite an underrated funk musician, I think, honestly. I do feel like this track there was just like a nondescript funk jam with auto-tuned vocals. Maybe not auto-tuned, but there's an effect on Ariel Pink's voice that I didn't think sounded well at all. So there are new progressive ideas that Ariel Pink is going for in this album. It's not like it's the same old, same old. I wouldn't accuse him of doing that at all, especially considering the closing track, Revenge of the Iceman. Is this like ridiculously corny punk anthem, which was out of nowhere, honestly. It kind of went over pretty well, though. I think this style would do him justice if he went into doing this in the future, like a whole project of that might sound pretty cool. So, yeah, he is doing different things. He's not just sticking to the same lo-fi stuff he was doing before, but it just feels like something's missing. I think what it is that there was just this like beaming personality from Ariel Pink on the last album, Pom Pom, which I don't think I'd ever seen before, even though I enjoyed his previous stuff to that. Pom Pom was like a new like era for Ariel Pink, and I thought that that's what he was gonna go for, like from then on. And now it just feels like he's retracted a bit on this new release, and I just feel like some of it is just being executed kind of poorly. I think this album might be quite divisive amongst his fans. I do think a lot of his fans are going to love this, probably hate my review, but honestly, just think to yourself, if this wasn't Ariel Pink, would you enjoy this? Like, would you? I don't know if you would, because you would probably listen to this and just think, ah, yeah, another one of those reverberated indie pop albums that isn't recorded that well and isn't that melodic or interesting. So because of the name attached to the album, I do think that people are going to praise this more than it really deserves, honestly. I did want to love this. It's okay at points, some solid jams throughout. It's not a bad album at all. Just for me, not really all that special or exciting. I'm gonna say D plus. One of the more disappointing albums of the year for me, honestly. It's Ariel Pink. I expect greatness, and I didn't really get that. Let me know what you think, though. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Let me know what I should review next as well. Comment below and all that stuff. Subscribe for more reviews, and have a good day. Oh, also, sorry it's dark. I know it's a bit dark, but I just wanted to film this review. Bye.